these are the sweeteners that we use. That's what we're going to talk about today. These are my 4 favorites. I do use a few others, but these are the main ones. So first, this is Sucanat. That's how I say it. A lot of people say it differently. Say it however you like. S-U-C-A-N-A-T. That's how it's spelled. It is evaporated cane juice. Goes through a little bit less processing than white sugar. Sometimes you can have a little bit hard, it's hard to get it to dissolve in things that aren't hot. I use this in place of anything that I would use white sugar or brown sugar. So if a recipe calls for ½ cup of sugar, I'm going to use a ½ cup of this. Some people don't like the dark color that this leaves. You can't make a white cake or white anything with this. That doesn't bother me. So I will use this in place of anything. There's a product called Sucanat with Honey or Honey Granules that's white in color. It's basically this in white. And I keep saying all the time, and Barry tells me to quit, so I'm practicing on you all. No more This is Sucanat. Sucanat with Honey is white. You can buy that from Honeyville or Bread Beckers. I get my Sucanat from our Amish store in bulk because it's cheaper. I buy about 25 pounds at a time and store it in a 5-gallon bucket with a Gamma Seal lid, just like my wheat. So that's that. This is stevia. I don't like to use this in baking very much because most of the time you need the bulk that sugar provides, especially in cookies or breads or pancakes. Well, this might work in pancakes. Most of the time you need bulk. A recipe may call for 1 cup of sugar, but 1 cup of sugar for this may be 1/8 or 1/4 of a teaspoon, and that's just not giving you the bulk that you need in baking. I know, I've tried it. So I will use this in things like a single serve muffin in a mug, or it's good in coffee. I think I put a little bit of this in my almond flour brownie recipe. This is New Naturals, which is my favorite. They don't make this formula anymore, which stinks. We tried the new stuff, but it tastes like butt. So I won't be buying any more after this. When it's gone, I'll cry and curl up in the floor in the fetal position. So there's that. Don't use that in baking very much. I like this. This is local raw honey from my mentor and cousin, Lori. I really recommend that you buy raw local honey anytime you can, especially if you have allergies. There's a lot of healing properties in here. If you have a sore throat, you can mix a tablespoon of this with a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and it's a very good sore throat helper. Now, I like this in bread, but it heats up, so I don't get the properties of this in a baked good because the heat kills most of the healthy enzymes in here. So you're going to get your most benefit whenever you have it raw. But still, that's my favorite. Go local! This is coconut sugar, which I use sparingly because it costs an arm and a leg. Not going to lie. But I do really like it. It's about the same texture as this, but it's a little darker. So, like I said, if you want something to look white, don't use this. It's lower on the GI scale. It's very tasty. I don't think it's as sweet as sugar, but I still use it cup for cup like I would use regular sugar. It will give you the bulk that you need, where stevia won't do that. A lot of recipes, it's hard to substitute honey because it's liquid. So it's going to mess with the consistency, especially if a recipe already calls for sugar. To substitute honey is possible, but you're going to have to play with the liquid ratios just a little bit. So this is lower on the GI scale. I buy this from Amazon, about 12 packs at a time because it's cheaper. I buy this local. If you like sweet tea, probably go with stevia or the Sucanat with Honey, the Honey Granules. Most people don't like their sweet tea with this. And I don't make sweet tea because Barry's weird and he likes tea plain. So, that's all. These are the ones that I use. Baking, bread, sore throat, muffins, tea, coffee. Yes, I think that's about right. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them.